All right, guys, welcome back to the car. Ah! Whew, that's better.
That was all his idea, guys. All him. You're welcome for that Halloween scare.
We're going to talk about needs today, and one of the needs that we're going to talk about is variety.
I was just going to say, I'm a little offended that skeleton looks better in my shirt than I do.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, today we want to talk about your needs. There are 6 needs everybody has. Every human has 6 basic needs, and you're going to do everything you can to fulfill them. And whether that's adding value to your life or taking away and harming your life and your relationships, that's up to you.
These 6 needs come from Tony Robbins. Jules and I are learning about this with you right now. We're going to read them. We're going to respond to them. And I want to hear what you guys have to say. So put it in the comments. If you're feeling like my spouse is crazy, I need this podcast because my spouse, they're crazy.
Don't be frightened, dear. She's a little bit eccentric.
Maybe understanding some of these 6 needs are going to be a big help to understanding your spouse.
Yes.
Why they do what they do.
And I just want to say, before we get into this, I really don't like the framing that my partner should be meeting my needs. Our partner, everything our partner does, we're in relationship with them, so it does affect us, but our needs are ours. And I think it's more mature and healthy when we take ownership over our needs. And if they're not being met, we take ownership. That doesn't mean we don't include our partner, but engage rather than being like, I'm not happy. It's your fault because you don't do this. It's okay. I don't feel very fulfilled right now. I think it's because this area of my life is lacking. Here's what I think would be helpful. Could you help me with this? And can you bring them on board? But you will be more fulfilled in your relationship if you don't just give your needs to your partner. And again, this will be more clear as we go into specific examples. But I just wanted to capstone just before we dive in. These are for you to understand, not for you to be like, okay, yeah, this I'm going to tell my partner he needs to do better at.
So what I want to do is maybe I'll read the first one and have you respond to it. You teach on it. Okay. So need number 1 is certainty. The need to feel safe with your partner.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, like if you don't have the certainty that the room is structurally sound, that things aren't going to start falling down on you or whatever, are you going to be able to listen? Are you going to be able to understand? Are you going to be able to feel spiritually uplifted and connected? No. And in a similar way, sorry, I'm taking over the teaching.
Oh, you're fine. Go for it. You're on a roll.
In a similar way, in your marriage, if you don't feel safe and secure with that consistency, in your marriage, how can you feel safe and secure? How can you be vulnerable with your spouse and connect with them if there's not consistency in the relationship, consistency in your life?
Yeah.
And how do you build that in?
And I'm thinking of words we hear in marriage counseling.
That sounds like therapy to me.
Oh, see, that's going to be a problem.
It's like security, emotional safety. Like I have to feel safe with this person so that I can be vulnerable and show my raw self with. Like there has to be that certainty. And I think that's what we're seeking in dating, right? Yeah. There's certainty in those labels because there's certain commitment.
Feels good. It feels like coming home when there's that certainty. Yeah. So in our life, we've got traditions. We've got things we do every year with our kids at Halloween, at Christmas, at different times of the year. We've got things that we do every week with our family. We've got things that we do together.
Yeah, it brings comfort to your life to know, okay, there is so much in life that isn't certain. So we have to have that grounding of some certainty.
And how does that felt for you in our marriage, in our life, like in moments where they haven't been certainty, like with my job is the one that comes to mind for me. Like there was a time where we had to move out and leave a job. There was a lot of uncertainty. What are we going to do? I was trying to start off and do business and this whole thing.
Yeah.
But that certainty of the steady income wasn't there.
So that is very stressful. I think you have to start to create in those moments when you feel like your life is uprooted and there's so much uncertainty, you have to create that certainty for yourself.
Yeah.
Like for me, it was like when that did happen and you lost your job, it was like prayer. Like I said my prayers every day, but suddenly those prayers felt so grounding because I didn't know what our future held, but just the act of kneeling down, it just anchored in that like, okay, but I can talk to God. And, just those, like you said, those family routines were still there, even though we didn't know if we were going to stay living in Texas, if we were going to move. We created some routines in our life that helped us have a landing pad.
Yeah. And I think something important that you said is kind of like, you have to own that. You've got to create that for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are a lot of things that feel uncertain, but you have to be able to create that certainty from within you, because it does come from within you.
Yeah.
Like, in that moment when we lost the job, went to start a new one, I didn't have certainty in our paycheck, but I had certainty in my ability to figure it out.
Yeah.
I knew that I've been in situations before that are similar. I can figure things out. And so you can find things to be certain about, even if you're feeling like life is chaos
Yeah.
right now.
Some people call this faith or
Mm-hmm.
trust. Like, you have faith in your spiritual beliefs, you have faith or trust in your partner that no matter what happens, like, we're going to figure this out together. And that's really grounding.
That faith, I feel like, does like help with all the chaos of life, is
Mhm.
choosing to believe, choosing to have faith.
And
That
it is a
creates the certainty.
choice. It is a choice.
choice.
Okay, let's move on.
All right.
So the
There you go.
opposite of this is another need. We actually need, as much as we need certainty in our life, once we have too much of it, we get bored and listless. Like, we have to have uncertainty. We have to have variety. So that's the second need, which is why, again, that dating phase is so exciting, and we're trying to push for that certainty. It's like, please say I'm your girlfriend. Please propose. Please marry me. Like, I just want to be certain that you're going to stay in my life. But once you get into those routines a little too much, suddenly you feel a little listless. And then your brain can be like, I don't know, I just don't feel that pep anymore, that zing. Maybe he's the wrong one, when really you just need to add some more variety. You're becoming a little too predictable.
What did you know was going to happen?
You're going to sit around the house all week doing nothing, get bored out of your mind, and go back to work in worse shape than you are now.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
So you've got to create some unpredictability.
So what kind of like self-sabotaging behaviors do you see in marriage when they're not getting that variety, like, in a good way? So what are ways? Because your brain's going to try and meet this need,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it'll do it in productive ways if you're being productive and proactive, or it can do it in kind of chaotic ways.
I think deceit, deceit can feel very uncertain. So, like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking pornography, especially if it's hiding from your spouse. Like,
Yeah.
that's where my mind's going to, because there is this, like, I don't know,
So
just, there's like
hiding
a
it,
gamble in it.
there's a little bit of gamble, a little bit of
Uh-huh.
excitement. Affairs definitely lean on that side. Having things, I like what you said, that deceit, but more just like things that you're hiding from your spouse and don't feel comfortable sharing with them,
Mm-hmm.
gives you a little bit of that variety. Now, what are ways that you can proactively like create that variety in your marriage in a positive way? So the need is met, and your brain or your spouse's brain isn't going to go and do it in a
Yeah.
wacky way.
Oh, I think, like, I don't know, traveling the world together.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the finances to do that, like, just going to a new restaurant that you've never gone to together, trying, I know some couples that will, like, start taking dancing lessons together or learning a language together, like things that just are different and new. You can also do this in really small ways. Like, when was the last time you changed up the furniture in your bedroom? When was the last time you slept on the other side of the bed? Like, we create these routines and these habits. And if you just intentionally feel like life's a little too boring, decide to do something different. When you go to a restaurant, try to order something off the menu that you've never tried before. Like,
Sardine?
I'm trying to cut back.
just add, it really can be that simple.
Yeah.
You add those little variety into your life, and it just feels a little more spiced up.
I love it.
And it
early in our marriage,
translates.
we would do that. We didn't have money. We didn't have time. We were in college. We were having babies. We were starting off our life together and trying to create it
I'm
together.
thinking of some of the fun, cheap dates we went on. We decided we wanted to find who has the best French fries. So we went around, and all we did from each little fast food, there's like 6 or 7 places we picked. We bought their French fries and we tried them and decided which one we liked the best. And it was different. We'd never done that before. Step out of your comfort zone. Do something you've never done before. Invite your partner to come along for the ride.
Yeah.
And again, this is intentionally stepping out of your comfort zone. So you're like, it sounds really uncomfortable, but guess what? Your brain needs it.
Now, if you're in a relationship where you feel like you've got one partner who really values certainty and one partner who really values variety, for the certain person, it can kind of feel like that person who values variety is kind of all over the place. They're not
loose
getting things
cannon.
done. For the variety person, it feels like that certain person's kind of boring. Like they just want to do the same thing over and over again. So find the beauty in the way that You each are trying to meet those needs.
Yeah.
Lean on each other's strengths and move forward
And
powerfully.
you're actually creating a beautiful balance when you have that in your marriage.
Yeah, you need each other. You
Mhm.
married each other for these strengths.
Okay, next one.
Significance. I need to feel seen. I need to feel valued, important to you. We all need to feel unique and important. This is a quote from Tony Robbins, but significance without connection is an empty victory.
Okay. So yeah, that's the third one, is just you need to feel significant in your life. You need to feel like you matter and you're important and that you have something to contribute that's unique.
I think there's a lot of self-sabotaging behaviors, like narcissistic type of behaviors that kind of feed into this, where you have this need to feel important to your spouse.
Mhm.
White knighting, where you want to come in and always be saving your spouse. You know?
Because you feel like I'm important.
Yeah. So notice if you've got some of these self-defeating behaviors, what are things that you can do to kind of flip it around? So here's some positive ways that you can feel like create that significance within you. The best one that I found is service, right? In our marriage, in your marriage, wake up and do the friggin' bed. Like, don't try to belittle your spouse. Don't try to make yourself be the one who's always right, right? It's okay. It's more important to sacrifice for your partner. It's more important to serve them. It's more important to be a team player, right? You might both want to go out. You might know the faster route to get to the date that you're going on, but your spouse is driving. Let her drive. Don't try to critique her all the time. Don't try to point her down different ways. Just let her have her moment.
Yeah. I think that significance, there's that separateness in marriage that I still don't know everything there is to know about you.
Yeah.
Like, don't make your spouse so predictable that you just assume so many things about them. They have unique talents. Give them space for that. Like, I think that's really hard, especially in our stage of life where we have 5 kids. They're all pretty young and need a lot of our time. Like Justin, he sings. And so I've seen choirs pop up before. I'm like, do you want to go join that choir? Like, do you want to go? Like,
Yeah, you'll
give
actively encourage each other to do those things.
to develop those
I love
talents
that.
on those things that feel good to them, that are empowering. Justin, like, I love to go hang out at the girls' nights, right? I don't bring him along with me. It's something I do for me and myself. It's the separateness we have in our marriage that makes our marriage stronger. So don't be threatened when your partner's like, hey, I want to take up golf, or I want to take up this hobby. Like, that's so good for your marriage. There's the logistics of like, does this work right now for our season? Do we have enough time for you? Like, what's the time commitment on this? Because you don't want to tear down your marriage, but giving your partner the gift of that space to develop and grow that significance, that I think that's really important.
If you're in a space also where you feel like your significance comes from correcting or belittling or telling your spouse what they're doing wrong so that they can be a better person, right? That's my job. That's my role, is I need to correct them because they can't see it. Take a step back and notice that those type of things, correcting someone is actually, it's a breaking down behavior when you're trying to pick apart what somebody's doing. Focus more on what's working with them. Focus more on the positive than on the negative.
Number 4 is the opposite of significance, and it is you need to feel connected. So while you need that separateness and you need to feel unique in your marriage, you also need to feel connected to your partner. Like, duh. Like, of course we want that connection. We strive for that connection. So you just need to, it's about the balance. There's polarity in that. Like, you're separate from me, but also we're one.
I've been getting so into this conversation, I haven't taken a single sip.
I know.
So for my own significance, I'm going to be sipping a lot. Love and connection. I love it. Love is the oxygen of life. It's what we need the most. And also it's something you decide. It's something that you create within you. It's not something you can pull or take from somebody else. It's one of those energies within you that's ever giving. It's ever growing. It has endless expansion. You love your spouse more today than you ever could yesterday.
And I think when you were talking about like serving your spouse, I think that's not so much creating significance, but it is creating that connection in your marriage of like, hey, I'm being a team player here. Like, even like, and that's like in that conversation of like, I need a hobby, I need some air. Like, okay, but I need to manage that in a way that I'm still contributing well at home, that I'm still, you can depend on me. There's this connection. We have time together where we can actually talk, and maybe have time together where you're not always talking about something serious. Because I think so often in a marriage, you can set apart times like, hey, we need to discuss the bills. We need to discuss our schedule for the week. We need to discuss the kids' piano recital that's coming up. But create some time in your marriage where you can just talk about nothing. Because, like, what did you talk about when you were dating?
Just
Nothing.
nothing.
People say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day.
No, Pooh, that's not.
You know, like, and sometimes those are the best, most connecting conversations. So just carving out that time intentionally, if you feel like just not feeling very connected to my partner right now, do the work to ask yourself, well, what would it look like if we were? What would that look like for me? It's going to be different for everybody. We have different love languages. We have different ways of feeling connected. For some people, it's like, I just need more time together. For some people, it's like, we need to have more sex. Sometimes there's just so many different things. So get clear about what that is for you, and then invite your spouse to show up in that with. So just take ownership over that. If like you feel that neglect in your marriage, fight for that.
Okay, so now we've talked about the first four, and those first four, Tony Robbins says, are critical for, like, they shape your personality. They shape your behavior.
So just as a recap, those four first needs are: 1, you have to feel some certainty in your life, something to ground you. 2, you have to have some uncertainty, some variety, something exciting and unexpected. And then 3, you need to have some separateness, something that makes you feel unique, something that where you feel special, and the significance. And then the fourth one is you need to feel connected. You need to feel at one with people and with your partner.
Consider these first four the foundation of your marriage, the baseline. That once these needs are met, then you can build on it. Then you can create something out of it. So if you're in the first year of marriage, go ahead and focus on these first four. Make sure to have them, set up those traditions, create that life together.
But if you have all four of these met and you're like, but I'm still not fulfilled, it's because there's still 2 more. And you're going to have to tune in next week for that. So.
Exactly. 2 more that are expansive, that are growing.
One more week, and you can be fulfilled. You'll just have to wait for just a little bit more. Choose love.
Choose love.
Yet in your eyes, the day's not done. With every year, your beauty grows.
Choose love.
I didn't even do that on purpose.
What?
I realized I'm buckled.